All right, folks, listen. This is a live stream, and in this video, I'm going to show you how uh, the changing of the calendars was all for Elvis. Okay, they changed times and and everything just for Elvis. Every single uh, you know weird thing they did with the calendar was connected to this puzzle to make it all work, the numbers, because it's like they're breaking some kind of numerical code that God has encrypted. That's what they are trying to do, basically. Okay, because God created everything with uh numbers. You know what I mean? When I say that, I'm saying, he did it naturally. God does everything. Everything comes naturally for him. You know what I mean? Because he created everything. So when he's doing math, he's not actually sitting there calculating. He just does it. You know. So the point I'm trying to make is that they are doing this magic. I mean, these numbers, this numerical magic, to try and break some supernatural code. Okay, now you know that Elvis. My two predictions are that Trump gets his head wound on August 4th in Ohio. Okay, but this video is about Elvis, and because Elvis and Trump are the Janus, two-faced God, because Elvis had an identical twin that died at birth. Okay, and Trump is the replacement twin for that uh, identical twin that either was sacrificed or died at birth, and that's what the whole connection to the twin towers falling and everything. All right, it was a ritual for Elvis, which I've proven over and over again in the videos. Now, Elvis, he was the first famous person to have anything to do with a needle. Okay, he took the polio injection on live television, and he did it on Bill Gates' first birthday. And Bill Gates, he lives right next to the Space Needle in Seattle, because on June 11th, there's going to be a spectacular event in the state of Washington. It's going to be, hold on, there's people walking by my apartment here. Uh, on June 11th, there's going to be a spectacular, some kind of horrific event on June 11th in Washington State. And most likely Seattle is going to be ground zero. And like I said, the Space Needle is in Seattle, okay? And Elvis represents Lucifer, who Lucifer was in heaven. And the word Space Needle equals exactly fallen angel in gematria. Fallen angel equals Space Needle. Okay, that needle is so important. So Elvis was the first famous person to take a needle on live television, right? And like I said, he did it on Bill Gates' first birthday. Bill Gates lives near the Space Needle in Seattle at the time he was born there. And then Elvis did a movie called "It Happened at the World's Fair." As soon as the Space Needle opened, he did a movie called "It Happened at the World's Fair." He was in that needle. Okay, I told you the needle is something super important. And Trump, he's the uh, he's the father of the miracle cure. If you know what I'm saying, the injection came out during his presidency. Okay, and when Elvis died on August 16th, 1977, uh, that same year that Elvis died on August 16th, 1977, on 6/11 that same year, there was a horse called Seattle Slew that won the Triple Crown. And just look at that name. Slew means to violently kill. It's like the past tense of the word slayed, right? And so a horse called Seattle Slew wins the Triple Crown on June 11th. And that's the day I'm telling you that Washington State gets struck. Seattle's probably going to be ground zero, like I said. So they're telling you, it's a foreshadowing of what's coming, that they're going to slew Seattle, and it's connected somehow to Elvis because it happened the same year Elvis died. Okay, and Elvis was known as the King. Seattle's in King County, and uh, that King County is now named after Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was killed in Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis lived and died. So the king had the king whacked just like he's going to have Seattle, King County, where Seattle is, that whacked. Okay, but you got to get out of all of Washington State because it is going to have collateral damage. That's probably going to wipe out that whole, northwest side and all of the. Because there's a part of Washington State that looks like Elvis's head. Okay, if you've seen my videos, you know what I'm talking about. All right, it literally looks like Elvis's head, the furthest northwest side of Washington. Okay, and yeah, someone's mentioning that Elvis had a song "Devil in Disguise." I mentioned that. Yeah, he is the devil in disguise. Anyway, so let's get to the video. Okay, now that I've kind of set up a little bit, it took me 6 minutes to do this. All right. By the way, I could keep going on and on with the connections, but I got to stop somewhere. All right. So look. So Elvis, hold on. Let me put a card behind this. Let's see if this helps it. So Elvis, he was born on 1/8. Okay. The date he was born was 1/8. But he needs the 1/9, okay? And this is what the whole key of the whole puzzle was. That he needed the 9. And this year he turned 89. See, the 8 had to connect to the 9. And that's why it has to wait till he turned 89. Even though he's been dead, for all these years. He died at the age of 42 and now it's 47 years later, But he needed the 9, okay? And why does he need the 9? Watch. So Elvis was born on the 8th day of the year. And I always tell you guys what the devil in the details is. The devil in the details is the percentage. The most minute, probably the last thing that you would think was important was the percentage. So the 8th day of the year is 2.19%. 8 days, okay? That's how many percentage of a year, 8 days, okay? 2.19%. So Elvis was born on the 8th day. He needs the 9. Why does he need the 9? Because look what happens. All right, just keep watching. You'll see. First of all, he's born on the 8th day, right? 8 days is 2.19%, right? Look what these numbers are right here. 8219. Seattle equals 82 and reduced is 19. So what is the chance that because I didn't know any of this information, folks, when I was putting all this together. This all came after the fact, okay? So Seattle equals 8219 in gematria. And 8 days is 2.19%, right? And why does he need the 9 if 8 fits perfectly? Because see, he needs this to be destroyed for him to get to the 9. It's a sacrifice that has to happen for him to get his crown. And what is the next thing up, okay? Let me show you. Before I show you what that is, let me first show you this, another connection. So Elvis, he died on August 16th, right? And the next time 611 comes around, so remember, he died on August 16th, and the very next time 611 comes around is 82.19%. Do you understand what I'm showing? So I just told you that Seattle equals 8219, and Elvis's birth date connects to the 8219, right? His death date connects to the 82.19 to 611. All right. So this connects to, so his death date connects to 611 and his birth date connects to Seattle, right? And so this has to be destroyed. And that's why Seattle slew on the Triple Crown the same year Elvis died, okay? So it's 82.19%, okay? Now, why does Elvis need the 9? That is the question, okay? So remember, Elvis was born on the 8th day. He needs the 9. And he turned 89. So finally, the 8 connects to the 9, okay? And it happened this year in the year 24. And by the way, the 24th prime number is 89. So it happened this year. He turned 89. So now the 8 connects to the 9. This is what he's been waiting for. What has it been? Why is it he needs the 9? Because uh, the 8th day was the 2.19%. The 9 was the 2.47. Okay. Why does he need this 247 so bad? Okay. What's going on here? Because the 8 has to connect to the 9, and that's why he had to wait to get to the age 89. Okay. And what's so important about this 47? You know, because the whole reason, like I said, was because of this. Because everything has to connect to the 666 with Elvis. 666 days, and this is the devil in the details, the percentage. 666 days is 182.47%. So it's 182.47%. So from Elvis's birthday, if you went forward 247 days, it lands on 9/11. And that's when the towers collapsed, right? And remember, Elvis had an identical twin that died at birth. So look at the numbers, 1, 8, and then 247. There's your 666 connection. So 666 days is 182.47. There's your 18247 connecting to 9/11, right? So it has that. That's the reason he needs the 2.47, but he's born on 1/8, right? But he doesn't have the 247. He has the 219, but the 9 has the 247. So that's why the 8 has to connect to the 9, and that's why he had to turn 89 this year to get to that. You know what I mean? So that the 8 had to connect to the 9 with the age, okay, this year. And that's how it connects to the 247, okay? And if you think these are just coincidences, remember that America, its age is 247 years old right now. When June 11th happens, it's still going to be 247 years old, but it turns 248 this year, right? You know, after June. So it's 247, 248, and that's 9/11. 9/11 is the 240 from Elvis's birthday to 9/11 is 247, 248 on leap year. Okay. And so he needs that 9. Okay. And also, that's why I said God has chose me to reveal this. That's what I'm trying to tell you. My birthday is the 247, 248 day of the year because I was born on a leap year. So 9/4 falls on 9/5. Okay. See, this is from Elvis's birthday to 9/11. Okay. But from my birthday, from the first of the year to my birthday is 247, 240. So I'm the real 247, 248 day of the year. But from Elvis's birthday to 9/11 is the 247 day of the year. Okay. So anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that he needs that 247, 248, right? And I'm sorry, he needs that 247, right? And you'll see, just hold on, okay? So so if you went from Elvis's birthday, okay, and if you went backwards from Elvis's birthday, connecting, watch, this is what I'm going to show you. So, you know, we're talking about the 18247, right? Look at this. So if you went backwards from Elvis's birthday, 182 years, 4 months, 7 days, it lands on this date. And what is important about this date, 9/2/1752? What's important about it? That was the last day of the Julian calendar in America, okay? Because it wasn't even called America at the time. But, you know, that's why it wasn't even called America at the time, but that's when the calendar was switched over. Look what I wrote here. When America switched from the Julian calendar to the current calendar, which is the Gregorian calendar, these dates in 1752 were removed, starting from 9/3 through 9/13. So that means 11 days were removed from the month, from the ninth month. 11 days from the ninth month. There's your 9/11 connection. And that was what was removed in that year, 1752. So 9/2 was the actual last date. So between 9/2 and 9/14, you would have to start back up from, if you wanted to use the calculator. Because if I showed you, if I tried to tap in the calculator, any of those days in between in 1752, it wouldn't show up. Okay? It would tell me that I'm making a mistake, because there's no such thing. Those days are gone. So between 9/2 and 9/14, those dates in between, so that's 9/3 and 9/13, those dates don't exist. Okay, so the last date is 9/2. So from the last day to the day Elvis was born is 18247. See that? 182 years, 4 months, 7 days. Like, what is the chance of that? I'm just asking you, what is the chance, right? Now, if you go from the, and I told you what the 18247 is connected to, is the fact that from Elvis's birthday to 9/11 is 247 days, right? 1/8, then forward 247 makes 9/11, or 666 days is 182.47, right? So it's all connected, right? Now, so that's from the last day, right? Oh, that's a good one right there. Are you sure about that? Let me look at that one. Wait a minute, I didn't know that. Are you sure about that? Hold on, someone just said something. Let me look at that. Where is Ascension Island? I don't even know where that is. How do you call Ascension Island?
According to Labara,
Yeah.
247 is the calling code assigned to Ascension Island. All
That's
of the
crazy.
region's telephone numbers are also designated by the Department for
247.
Culture, Media, and Sport.
Can you believe that? I didn't even know. That's a first. See, I thought I knew all of it, but that was the first. I don't think I ever knew that. If I did, I don't remember. So, I appreciate that information, Fig. But that's amazing, because that confirms it right there. Is the 247 is the rebirth, the phoenix, the rise of, ascension. I've been telling everyone that that's what that is. Man, that's crazy. That's amazing. Let me write that way I don't forget. Oh, wait, somebody else came up with that? Wait a minute, let me back up. Oh, think for yourself. Asked, I wonder what area code is 247-248. That's funny. But see, that's why I'm saying I can't believe that I didn't look it up. So that's why I'm saying I probably did look it up, but I probably never mentioned it. That's weird, man. Where's area code 247? Yeah, it comes up. United Kingdom, part of the United Kingdom, but it's not in wherever the heck. Who knows where it is? Where's the area code 248? It wouldn't give it to me. Where's area code 248? That's in Michigan, that one. That's weird. You see what I mean? It's like you go from one to extreme to the other. Like, what the heck does that even mean? They purposely did that. There's no doubt. Anyway, so So that was the last day of that calendar. Now, what was the first day of the new calendar? I mean, not the first day, but when remember they took out the last day was 9/2/1752. Then they started it up again 9/14/1752. Okay, so you didn't get a full year. There was no full year. The full year started on January 1st, 1753. That is actually the first full year of the Gregorian calendar, with for us, all right, and wherever else started it at that time. I'm assuming it was the UK, but so from the last day, I mean, I just showed you the last day, right? From 9/2/1752 to Elvis's birthday. That was the last day of the calendar. And now the first day when they brought it back, it was 9/14/1752. Look what it is. It's 182 years, 3 months, 26 days. And what happened on 3/26? The Seattle Kingdom demolition happened on 3/26 in the year 2000. All right, it was on 3/26, and if you see my videos, you know that JFK was killed on the 326th day of the year, which it's all connected to this puzzle. Now, so everything connects to this Elvis's birthday with the calendar change, right? But the most important thing was the from the last day to Elvis's birthday was the 18247 connection, which connects to the 666 and to 911, which I showed right now. So let's get to why this is so important, all of this. Because look, when the calendar changed, uh, remember Elvis died in 1977, right? And that was the same year the Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown, okay? On June 11, 1977, right? The horse. And he was 3 years old because all Kentucky Derby, when they run in the Triple Crown, they're 3-year-olds, okay? And I told you that the 3 is a crown, like the W, like George W. Bush was the president during 9/11, and the W is like Washington, right? So, um, so Elvis died that year on 8/16 in 1977. Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown on June 11th, right? And look, it would be like the crown on the 42 because he died at 42. So you have the 3 because it was the 3, the Triple Crown, get it? So it's the 3 on the 42, right? Elvis died at the age of 42, right? And Washington's the 42nd state, by the way. And by the way, 3 plus 42 is 45, and the Trump 45 connection, which I've explained. You know what I mean? And remember, like I said, Washington is the 42nd state, right? And why am I bringing this up? That 1977, because from the calendar change, the last day of the calendar change. Look at. I'm not even gonna. I don't even need to put the days. Just the amount of years that we're looking at is 224 years. From the calendar change to 6/11 is 224 years. From the calendar change, the last day to Elvis's death date, 224 years, right? So 224, and what year are we in? The 224, 2024. Because the 0 you don't have to count, so it's 224 you can say. All right? So you're in the year 224. And it was 224 years from the calendar change. So there's another connection, right? And and no matter where you start, if you start from the 9/2 when it was the last day, or 9/14 when they restarted the calendar, it's still going to be 224 years. But just the amount of days change, a few days, 10 days here and there. And same thing for Elvis's death date. This was Seattle Slew, the horse winning the Triple Crown. The same year Elvis died, you know what I mean? This is Elvis's death date, 8/16. But anyways, 224. I'm trying to connect it to the 224, right? Now, so I just showed you the Seattle Slew connections, right? With the 224. And give me 1 second here to gather this up. Okay, now, I told you that in Washington, Seattle is known as the Emerald City, right? And emerald is the color. God's throne shines like emerald. Okay, it's written in there, and um, and Seattle is the anagram is EL state. EL means God. So the anagram for Seattle is EL state, the state of God, and the emerald is what God's throne was. Okay, and that's what they call uh, Seattle, the seat of King County. And Elvis was known as the king, right? And Elvis died on the throne, the toilet. He was sitting, he died on the throne because they mocked God. I told you everything's a mockery of God. So he dies on the throne. What was Elvis doing when he died on the throne? He was reading a book called The Scientific Search for the Face of Jesus. You see the mockery? Okay, so the king dies on the throne, and Seattle's in King County. Seattle's the seat of the King County. Get it? Now, there was a kingdom because they're going to destroy the kingdom. So the kingdom in Seattle was destroyed, demolished on 326 in the year 2000. Seattle Kingdom was demolished on 326 in the year 2000, right? From the calendar change to 326, no matter which day you use, the last day of that year or the when they restarted it, it's still going to be 247 years. So this is to the Seattle Kingdom demolition. Okay, you understand? So from the calendar change, when we went to the Gregorian calendar, this was the last day. This was the when they came back on. Okay, so it's 247 years and a bunch of days, whatever. So 247 again. Are you understanding what I'm showing there? And that's to the Seattle demolition, the kingdom, the kingdom. Get it? All right. Is anyone not understanding that? Hold on. Yeah. By the way, yeah, good comment to think for yourself and Fig about that Ascension Island thing. That's incredible. Yeah. Anyway, God bless all you guys and appreciate everybody in the chat right now. Oh, and by the way, Michigan was where the 248 area code is, right? Because I told you from Elvis's birthday to 9/11 was 247, 248 days on a leap year, I'm saying. But it was on a regular year, so it was actually 247 days. But my birthday is a 247, 248 day because I was born in a leap year, right? 9/4. But in America, it's 247, 248 years old right now, right? And uh, Michigan is it area code was 248. Michigan is the 26th state. God equals 26. So there is a connection there, you know, to that last, when we were trying to figure out the area code and stuff. Anyway, so now remember, so you have the 247 connection to the Seattle Kingdom, right? And I just showed you how the 247 is connected to the the 666 and my birthday and Elvis and the America's birth, amount of years and everything. So that's to the Seattle Kingdom. Now, where is it? Give me a second here. Where am I? The heck? Give me a second. What is this? I feel like I'm missing something. Give me 1 second. Oh, here it is. So now here's a little bit tricky. Pay attention, okay? So here's a little bit of a tricky move here, so I'm going to explain it. So, oh, before I show that, pay attention. So remember, I told you that my birthday is 9/4, and on leap year is 247, 248, right? But 9/5, because my birthday landed on the 9/5 day, that's why it connects to the 248. But 247, the 9/5 is the 248 and the 249 on a leap year. Okay, so 9/4 connects to the 9/5 because on a leap year 248, so it connects to the 9/5. All right, now, so watch from the calendar change. Now here's the only one that there's a discrepancy because 9/11 falls in between the date change thing. It falls in between, so that's why you have a discrepancy. So from the end of the calendar, of the Julian calendar, to the beginning, from the end of the calendar to 9/11, when the towers fell, is 249 years. From the beginning of the calendar, when it changed to 9/11, is 248. So it's the 95 connection. You understand? So that means that the Seattle Kingdom was the 9/4 connection, and and the the 9/11 is the 9/5 connection. Okay, but they still connect to each other because 9/4 connects to the 248 with the leap year. Okay, and that's what we're talking about here, right? The 247, 248, because America's age is 247. It's going to be 248. All right, and but during the 6/11 thing, it's going to be 247. Then after the June 11th, it turns 248. Okay, so that's a big piece of the puzzle there. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. I remember that. I think I mentioned that about Trump getting married, I think in 1977 to his first wife or something. Yeah, that's good comments you guys are making in the chat. Yeah. I've talked about all the Tuesdays. Go watch my videos about the Tuesdays. Elvis was born on a Tuesday. He died on a Tuesday. 9/11 was a Tuesday. 6/11 is going to be on a Tuesday. Everything's about a Tuesday, and Tuesday has the two connection. Tupelo. That's where he was born, Elvis, and his identical twin. Go watch my video about that. Okay. Yeah, I broke down the whole 247 connection many times in my videos. Now let's get to the next thing. All right. Hold on. Yeah, the Poseidon, Poseidon, the god of the underworld or water, whatever the heck, I don't know. But he's the god of horses too. Besides the water and he uses that, what is that thing called? The pitchfork, the trident. Yeah, you know. And Seattle had the Seattle team had the trident, the baseball team, and they were birthed in 1977. The Mariners, the baseball team, and they had that trident on there. Now their logo, this actually the Seattle Kraken, the hockey team, and I was talking about the Kraken before they even became the Kraken. I said Elvis was the Kraken. He's the beast out of the sea. He's the phoenix rising, and all that stuff I used to say. He's the sea goat, and what was I saying, man? See, you guys got me. And see, what happens is I see the comments and I have to mention it. I can't remember what I was gonna say. Let me go back and look. What did you got? You guys were saying the Poseidon, right? And he's the god of horses, also. You know. that Poseidon. Yes, exactly, Jerome. Yeah, the twin connection, which I talked about. Yeah, from the 1977, it was 24 years from 77 to 9/11, from the time he died to 9/11, and now it's going to be 24 years from the Seattle Kingdom. See, it's all these two had to happen. They had to have the Seattle Kingdom ritual. They had to have the 9/11 ritual because those two connect to the 24 because we're in the year 24. It had to all connect to the 24. Okay, if you watch my videos, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm sorry, but I'm getting distracted, folks, and this video is starting to get so convoluted. And I knew I was going to have trouble because at the beginning I was having trouble. You don't understand. Trying to explain the unexplainable is, go ahead and try it, folks. I guarantee nobody could explain this. Try it. Go try to explain this to people on a live stream. Anyway, so I told you America's age is 247 years old right now. It's going to be 248 on July 4th, right? Turns 248. And I told you my birthday is the 247, 248 day of the year on leap year because I was born on leap year, right? So I'm connected to the 9/5. 9/4 is connected to the 9/5. And you know that MLK is named after him now, that King County. And I told you MLK died in Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis lived and died, because the king had the king whacked. You get it? Seattle's in King County. That King County is named after MLK. MLK just turned 95. Last year, 94. This year, 95. It's all about, and he was killed on the 95th day of the year. 94, 95th day of the year, MLK. 4-4 landed on 4-5. See, everything's connected to each other, you know. And anyway, so America was founded 7-4, 1776 to this 6/11 is still 247 years, right? Now, before I show you the connection to, hold on, to this year, see, the reason I'm showing you the America thing, because see, the calendar change had to be connected to the Seattle Slew ritual and to Elvis's death and to Elvis's birth. Then the America being founded ritual date is connected to this, because remember, it was all the connections were to on the old calendar, the 247 and the 224 were connected to all the rituals that I showed. Now, the America's founding connection is connected to the June 11th, this ritual coming up this year, the real one. See, all those were just rituals. This is the real one, okay? And so remember, we're talking about, oh yeah, let me just show this real quick. Remember that the calendar change happened in 1752. Let me see if I can bring up a picture here. That way you can read it. Hold on. So it says, see that over there? It says that what days were missing, in 1752. All right. And you can stop it and read it later. So in 1752, And then the first year, the first full year was 1753. And in 1753, what did I do with it? Give me 1 second here. In 1753, I'm going to get back to the 1752 thing in a moment. But 1753, George Washington became a master mason that year on August 4th. And August 4th is the day I'm telling you that Trump gets his head wound, right? So look at that. It's 8/4/1753. He became a master mason. That was the first year, a full year. That was the first full year of the new calendar. Now, when did so the new calendar's full year was 1753. The old one was, I mean, the start of the calendar change was in 1752. But so look at this. Everything's about the Triple Crown, right? So look. So remember, it was 1753, so it's 1753. If you were to minus 753 from 1,000, you get 247. Minus 752 from 1,000, you get 248. And you know why I did that is because, see, it's got the Triple Crown, the 000 plus 1752, which was the calendar change, and 1753 was the first full year of the calendar change, and it connects to 247, 248. I'm just saying that there's a connection there. That's all I'm saying. just like if you were, because when did America founded? Look, I'm just asking you, what are the coincidences? America was founded 1776. 1776 minus 776 from 1,000 with the Triple Crown, you get 224. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying, what are the chances of Seattle Slew? With the rituals I showed, starting from the old calendar, connecting to the new calendar, with the America's age. So the calendar change and America's age is all connected. You know what I mean? That's your starting points, those two things, right? Now, you remember I told you that Elvis needs the 9. Why does he need the 9? Remember the calendar change. Remember I explained to you that he needs the 9 because the 9 is connected to this. Watch. Now, if you take the whole date, the whole year of 1753, which is when Washington became a master mason that year, that was the first full year of the new calendar. Look, 1753 minus 10,000 is 8247. That's exactly what Elvis needs. He needs that 8 to turn into 247. See, his 8th day he was born is 2.19, but he needs that 247 connection, and the only way he can reach it is getting to the 89, because he turns 89 this year, right? And so that was the new calendar, the first full year, and it turns 8247. You see what I mean? So that's another connection to that. I don't know if you guys understand that part, because that's kind of crazy. But I mean, it's kind of off the wall a little bit. I wonder if anybody understands that. Let me look. Hold on. Give me a second here. Anyway, God bless all of you for the good comments. Yes, June is the Gemini connection. Yep. Mm-hmm. And if anyone that I'm not saying anything about your comments, just because my brain is on overload, I apologize. Just give me a second. I still have a little bit more to show. All right. So basically, what you're seeing by 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 Elvis turning 89, what you're seeing is the connection. Because I told you Elvis, he's born on the 8th day, which is 2.19%, but he needs that 9, which is the 2.47, right? And so by connecting the 8 to the 9, when he turned 89 this year, basically he connected himself to the 9. Now his numbers are 89247. Get it? That would be his numbers now, because the 9's connected to the 247. You get what I'm saying? See, that was the whole point of it had to touch each other, you know? And anyway, it doesn't stop there. So remember that oops, sorry. So remember, from Elvis's death date, the next time 611 came up, it's 82.19%, and that is Seattle. That's what Seattle equals, 82.19. So from Elvis's death date, which was August 16th, the next time 611 comes around is 300 days. 300 days is 82.19%, which equals the word Seattle. Seattle equals 82.19. So now, that's the next time it comes around. What if you go to the next one after that? So from Elvis's death date, go forward a year, more than a year, what would happen? The very next one would be from Elvis's death date. Okay, now watch what I'm using. I'm using the 45-year death anniversary of Elvis, because I told you everything's about the 44, 45. And that year in 2022, he was 44 years dead already. But he turned 45 years dead on August 16, 2022. The 45 was the day the fuse was lit on this day. Because on August 16, 2022, he turned 45 years dead. From that day to 611 this year is 666 days, which is the 182.47, right? Connection. And what is so you have 182 is the 666, right? Connection. And not only do you have that, but you have the 47 connection, because from Seattle Slew winning the Triple Crown on June 11th to this year, June 11th, is 47 years. Okay? Do you understand what I'm showing you? So you have the connection of the 18247 with the 666, and you also have the 47. 47 years from when. So and why is the 47 so important? Why is the 47 so important? Because the 47 is a crown number. Okay, because the letter O is the 15th letter of the alphabet. The crown is the 15. The 15th prime is 47. See? So it connects to each other. And then the 47th prime is 211, which is Washington's original birthday, 211, which was the 42nd day of the year. And Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state. See, what I'm saying is it's all connected to each other. And it just so happens that Washington is either the first. So I'm going to be showing this in the MLK video coming up. Washington. Were there 14 presidents before Washington?
According to the Augusta Press, finally, the 14th president was Cyrus Griffin of...
How many presidents were before George Washington?
14 men, according to the Augusta Press. Consequently, just for the sake of digging into a bit of arcane American history, we can consider the 14 men who served as presidents of the Continental Congress and the Confederation Congress as the rough equivalent.
So that means that George Washington was the first president, or was he the 15th president? And who's born on 115? Martin Luther King. Are you understanding? And what is the prime numbers for 1 and 15? Because he's either the first president or the 15th president. Which one is it? So 115. See the first prime is 2, the 15th prime is 47. 247. Do you see what I'm saying? And America's age is 247, and I've just showed you all the 247 connections, right? Is there anyone not understanding this? So right now, does anyone not understand what I just showed? Yeah, I see your comment. I think I mentioned them before about the band Level 42 or something. I remember something to do with there was a band who was gonna put up a song in space or something. I wonder if it was them. But that's interesting that his name is Mark King, yeah. Because Elvis is going to be the king. He's the mark. I mean, he's going to be the mark of the beast connection. Hold on. All right, so you guys understand, right? Now, so, give me 1 second. Oh my goodness, man. So everything is about the 247, right? Which is my birthday connection, right? Now, ask yourself these crazy. First of all, let me just show you this: that the Julian calendar is 624 on our calendar would be 611. So, and what year are we in? The 24. So basically, this year's date is 6/11/24, right? 6/11. But look, 624 is 6/11 on the Julian calendar. You understand what I'm saying? But this is the date that Seattle's going to be struck. I mean, Washington State, 6/11. But what I'm saying is that it's just interesting that the dates fit perfectly with the year, with the Julian calendar connection. Now, so everything is about the 247, right? And what is the chance that I was born on the 248 day of the year on a leap year? And it all connects to, from Elvis' birthday to 9/11 is 247. America's age is 247, and all the other 247s I was showing you. And I'm saying that 6/11 is the target date, and everything's connected to 247, right? Look at this. First of all, I don't know nothing about square roots. All I know is addition, multiplication, and subtraction. I barely know division, okay? Barely. If it's minor division, I can do, but no weird fractions and all that other stuff. I don't know what the hell I'm talking. So I don't even know what a square root is, other than I where it said, what's the square root of 16? It was 4. I mean, I guess 4 times 4 is 16. I'm whatever. I don't know. But I don't know nothing, folks. But look, the square root of 611, this is the first number. This is the full number right here. The square root of 611, the very first time these sequence of numbers comes together in a row, a 2 and a 4 and a 7 come together, is at 611. How is this possible? That means that, do you understand what I'm saying? That the first time you see these three numbers in a square root comes at the 611 mark. How? How? I'm just asking, how is this possible? It's not. All right? What is the square root of 611?
The square root of 611 is approximately 24.72.
See, 247 is what you need to see, okay? And then it's got, oops, hold on. Square root of 247.
The square root of 247.
The square root of 200, oh, the square root of 611.
The square root of 611 is approximately 24.72.
So you have 247, you have the 18. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, that's Elvis, 18247. You see? There it is right there, 24718. That's Elvis's birthday and the 247. And now, just to prove to you, that's the first number that hits the 247. Watch, because 611, right, was the 247. Watch this. What's the square root of 610?
The square root of 610 is approximately 24.7.
See, it's 24. I know, but it's 246 exactly. Oops, stupid. Square root of 610.
The square root of 610 is approximately 24.7.
So it's 24.69. So the very next one is the 247. Okay? Which is 611. Let me go to the chat before I keep going. Hold on, let me get rid of this person. Anyway, so you guys, anyone trolling the chat while I'm trying to show information, you're gonna get banned. All right, I'm not stupid, okay? You're gone. Anyway, so let me go real quick. Anyway, so isn't it interesting that the 247, the numbers that in between 247 and 248 is the connections end at Trump's birthday, the on a leap year, because 614 falls on 615 day. His birthday is 614, but it falls on 615 on a leap year, right? That's the last 247, the 615. 615 is the last 247 square root. So in between 611 and 615, you see that? Is the 247 square roots. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, interesting. Oh, that's what I want to look at. The 6, yeah. Oh man, I see, there it is again. See, 611 is the first 247. And the last, um, because I told you 9/4 is the 247 day of the year. 9/5, I mean 9/4 is the 247 248 on leap year. 9/5 is the 248 249. Okay, so the last um, 2.49 is on 6/24. So 6/11 6/24. That's the Julian calendar thing, because the Gregorian, our calendar 6/24 would be 6/11. Do you get what I'm saying? So 6/24 is 6/11. Those days in between 6/11 and 6/24 is the 247 to 249. Is anyone understanding what I just said? Is hold on. Anybody there? Anybody? Is anyone home? Um, is anyone there? Yeah, you guys understood that? Think about how crazy that is. It's right there, the 247 to 240, I mean 247 to the 249, because that's the last 9/5 date. 9/5 would be 248, 249. So everything has to do with the 94, 95, right? And remember, I told you Elvis was born on 1/8. He needs the 9, right? Which is the 1/9 date, 1/8/9, right? And what is 94 plus 95? What is 94 plus 95? 189. You see what I'm saying? Elvis needs the 9. And I told you that it's all about the EL. EL means God, right? And I told you it looks like the numbers 3 and 7, right? Or 7 and 3, EL. And what is 1 and 8, 1 and 9? Is 37. You know what I mean? He needs that 9, right? 37. EL means God. EL looks like the letters 3 and 7, 7 and 3. You see? And that's why EL state, the state of L, is Seattle anagram, because that is where they're going to birth EL. And the words birth and EL, when you put them together, birth EL equals exactly the word Lucifer. Lucifer equals birth L, because they're going to birth EL out of Seattle. Okay? Yes, 6/11, I've said that many times. The word twin equals 66. 6 times 11 is 66. Yes. And that's why the Twin Towers fell 66 years after Elvis was born. Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Nobody, anyone else would have gone crazy doing this puzzle for this long. I could understand somebody doing it for one go around, but it would drive a person insane to keep going. That's what I'm trying to make you understand, that this this was my destiny and I have to do it. Because why do you think I'm doing it? Because I know it's going to happen. All right. Anyway, so let me just show you this, because I told you that 6/11 falls on 6/12 on a leap year, right? Because everything's about the 6/11, 6/12. I've explained that, because 6/11 falls on the 6/12 day, right? Pay attention. So isn't it interesting that, look at those numbers for the square root? The first three numbers I told you was 24.7, 611 or 612, get it? And then 47. And I told you it's been 47 years from Seattle Slew winning the Triple Crown to this year's 6/11. So you have the 611, the 612, and you have the 47 at the end. You see? And and if you think that the 47 is just a fluke, I told you that the O is the 15th letter, the 15th prime is 47, and all that stuff I told you earlier. Also, 47th day of the year is 216. 216. That's August. You understand what I'm saying? August 4th is normally the 216th day of the year, but on leap year is 217. But uh, the date 216, February 16th, is the 47th day. So you have the connection to the 216, which connects to August 4th being the 216th day of the year when Trump gets his head wound on Obama's birthday. The 47th day of the year is 216, right? And in order to get to 216, what is it? Look. So the date, the 216 is the 47th day of the year. 47 days is 1 month, 16 days. You see that? So you have the August 4th connection for the 216th day of the year. 47 is the what I was telling you earlier. And you have 1 and 16, which is 611 backwards, 611. So it connects to both my predictions and the 47. It's been 47 years since Seattle slew. You see what I'm saying? Now, so remember that I told you that the 611 is the 2.4, I mean 24.7. It's the very first number. All right. It's the very first number that reaches 247, the sequence of numbers. The first time you see it is at 611. Look at this. And by the way, remember, I forgot to show, I should have put, so you got the 1-8, that's Elvis' birthday. So the first 5 numbers connects to the 18247, which is the 666, because the 666, where is it? Let me just show that one time for people to see what I'm talking about. So the 666 days is 18247, right? 666 days is 18247, and you see how it connects to the Twin Towers, right? The 18247 from Elvis's birthday, and I just showed you that the 611, the full number, you see the 18 right there. So 247 and 18, that's that 666 connection that I just showed, and 611 is the square root, right? It's 247, and now look at this. What did I just say about 18247? I mean, this is just unbelievable. Watch. Remember, not everything has to be exact. As long as the numbers match, that's what it means. So what's the square root of 18247? Because remember, I was just showing you 611 connected to the 18247. The 6, whatever I just showed, which connected to Elvis' birthday. Square root of 18247 is 13508. Elvis is born on 10835. You see? That's the full number at the bottom. But you see? The first 5 numbers, 10835, Elvis' birthday, connected to the 666. The 666 days is 182.47. You see? Are you getting that? Oh my God, I'm gonna be sick, folks. I'm serious. You don't understand how much this is making me sick. All this talking and stuff. Because I'm not breathing, when I'm talking. Anyway, let me keep going. Okay, listen. What is in between? What is in between because remember, Elvis needs the 9, right? And he turned 89 this year. So he connected this year as the connection date. So 2.19% was the 8 days, right? When he was born on the 8th day. But he needs the 9, which is the 2.47. What is in between 219 and 247? The 28. And you remember I showed you in that connection where Elvis, turned 28 on listen, I'm not going to get into that, but it connected to the JFK thing. But look, what is this connection? The 28. He needs the 28, right? Look at this. Seattle Slew. He died at the age of 28. Isn't that crazy? Seattle Slew died at the age of 28. How old was Seattle Slew when he died?
28. According to some information
See?
I found.
28 years old. Yeah. And now, remember, I was trying to tell you all about from Elvis's birthday. Look, when they did the calendar change, please pay attention, folks. When they did the calendar change, from the last day of the calendar change to Elvis's birthday was 182 years, 4 months, 7 days. And I told you the 666 is the 182.47. And from Elvis's birthday, 18, go forward 247 days, lands on 9/11. So you have the 18247, which connects to that, which connects to the 666. This is the last day of the old calendar we used to be on to Elvis's birthday right now. And remember, what would happen if you went from the first full year to Elvis's birth year, but to the day that Seattle Slew died, but not the date he died. I mean, not the year he died, but the date only. He had died on 5/7/2002, but let's go the year Elvis was born, 1935, and Seattle Slew died on 5/7. Okay, but he died in 2002. But 1935. Look why that Seattle Slew had to die on 5/7. That's my point. Because from the beginning, from the first full year of the new calendar, which started in 1753, it's 600. Look at that, 666 with 2 crowns and 18247. There's your, it's exactly what I was showing you with Elvis's, you know, from the last day of the calendar. This is from the last day of the calendar to Elvis's birthday. This is from the first full year start. January 1st. Going forward to Elvis's birth year. Okay, now also, that Elvis and his identical twin, they were born on 1/8/18, right? I mean 1/8/18. There was 2 of them born. Jesse was sacrificed or he died, whatever. 1/8/18 makes 2/16. If you say the date backwards, like they do in the UK, it's 8/1/81, makes 16/2. That's June 11th and August 4th on a regular year, not a leap year. But it's 2/16 and 1/62. Okay, I told you it's all about getting rid of the twin. That's why they're going to do it on the leap year. It's getting rid of the twin connection. Okay, so now why am I showing this? Because look, it's all about the 1818, right? And I told you about the triple crown, 3 crowns, 1818. You get 182. You see what I'm saying? If you minus it, you see what I'm saying? And give me a second here. Calculator. I mean, the same thing can be said if you did 10,000. If you did 10,000 minus 1818, you get 818 twice because there was 2 of them born, on 1/8. But listen, or you could say 8182, which actually equals 163. And on leap year, from Elvis's, on a leap year, 611 is the 163rd day of the year. Okay, now, this is going to be the last thing I show here. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with this one. That's important, but I'm not gonna show it. Give me a second to figure this out here. So if 1/8 is what Elvis needs, remember, where is it? What did I do with it? Man, it's just so confusing, man. There's so many things in front of me here. What the heck did I do with it? So if Elvis, because Elvis was born on 1/8, he needs the 1/9, and the 1/9 is the 2.47 connection. But look, from Elvis' birthday, you go forward 247 days and lands on 9/11, right? And 1/8 2.47 is the 666. But he's born on 1/8, but 1/8 is the 2.19%. 1/9 is the 2.47. So he needs the 1/9, right? And if you've been watching my earlier video, you know what I'm talking about. The reason I'm showing that, give me a second here. Because on a leap year, from Elvis's birthday to 6/11 is, on a leap year, is 156, 157 days. No, I'm sorry, man. My brain, man. What is wrong with me? It was 155, 156 days. See, I'm getting tired now. I've got to stop. Because now I was just about to show you something that's made for a different video. Sorry. No. Never mind what I was just about to show. Anyway, folks, this video is so convoluted that I might end up having to do it over again. But I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to get to work on my other video. I'll leave this up. I'll leave this up for a while at least. Anyway, I apologize for the convolutedness of this video. It's so difficult, folks. But I had to do it again just to show you how it all connects, I didn't want it to go without someone seeing this before 6/11, even though I've shown it before in the past, 7 months ago. All right. Anyway, last 2 minutes, folks. Any last words? Look at all this mess I made, man. I probably forgot stuff, but whatever. Anyway, good comments by the viewers. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I can't even rest. I have to get to work on the next video. I'm halfway done with it. I've been working on that for like almost a week now. It is crazy. Like I said, I might have to do it tonight, the video, if I can get it done. If not, I have to wait till tomorrow. But I need to get that one over with so I can start the other important one that needs to get out. Yeah. Anyway, God bless all of you, and I appreciate. Anyway, listen, folks, like I said, just pray for everybody. Pray for you know what, folks? I pray that it doesn't happen this year. I really do. I don't mind being humiliated. I don't care. Listen, I know that I know these two predictions are going to happen. The only question is, can we make it where Trump's head wouldn't goes first, that way people will listen to us and get the hell out of Washington State. I don't think it's going to work out that way. I really don't. Because I think they both have to happen in the same year. But, we can only pray that the Trump head wound happens first. And folks, I'm not saying I'm praying that Trump gets a head wound. No. I'm saying that this is biblical. It's 100% that it's going to happen. Because the Beast Out of the Sea event is the Washington State June 11th event. Okay, that's for sure. The only question is it this year or next year? And I believe it's this year. And the August 4th event is the head wound that the beast gets, okay? Because Trump is the Antichrist in the flesh, and Elvis is the unseen Antichrist. Because they're mocking God, because Jesus was God in the flesh, and that's why they're mocking. Okay? And that's why Trump's going to be resurrected. He's going to heal from his deadly wound, Either, like I said, either Trump is playing the part of Lazarus or he's playing the part of Jesus as far as what they're doing. I don't know, because I know that Obama plays a part in this charade, because Obama's born on August 4th, the day Trump's going to get his head wound. But Obama's not the Antichrist. Obama is just a third wheel in this charade, He is a Antichrist, but not the Antichrist. There's many Antichrists, but there's only one who's going to be the Antichrist. And that's why Trump is the Antichrist in the flesh, but Elvis is the unseen. He's the real one, all right? That's going to be worshipped through the worship of Trump or through the worship of Elvis. So whoever worships Elvis worships Trump. Whoever worships Trump is worshiping Elvis. Same thing. All right, folks. All right, last minute. Well, like I said, we'll see. When he comes back from the dead, he's going to be the abomination. Get it? It's because it happens on his birthday. Trump gets the head wound on Obama's birthday, so he becomes the abomination. The abomination. Get it? And when he becomes the Messiah of those people, you know who I'm talking about. Those people who run the world, that's when all hell's gonna break loose. You'll see. I mean, it's already gonna break loose ahead of time, but it gets worse and worse. All right, folks. We'll see how it all plays out soon. Anyway, let me get back to work here. Toto reveals the wizard. Yeah, Elvis. Listen. That's what I'm saying. Elvis is the Wizard of Oz. Trump is the Wiz. See, he's the lesser wizard. Elvis is the Wizard of Oz. Trump is the Wiz. All right. Someone's saying Toto reveals the reveals. I don't know. Who plays Toto in Wizard of Oz?
Terry, according to Wikipedia, in the 1939 movie
It's a female. What? Toto was played by a female? Who's Toto? I don't even know who Toto is. I thought Toto was the... Who is Toto in The Wizard of Oz?
According to Wikipedia, Toto is a fictional dog in Elvis.
Oh, it's a dog. I never watched The Wizard of Oz. I only saw like snippets of it. I thought Toto was the one that looked like the Scarecrow. I don't know. Toto was the dog, okay. Yeah, the dog is the word God backwards, that's right. Yeah, that's right. The TT and the OO. You know, I've talked to you guys about that already. The OO and the TT. It's the double cross with two crowns. You know, that's another connection to the movie. There you go. I forgot all about that. That's a double cross with the two crowns on it. Elvis and Trump. You see. For the people who've never seen my video about the PP, go watch the PP video. You'll see what it's all about, the Antichrist, the double cross. All right. Anyway, any last words? Yes, the Antichrist is TAC, which is cat, and dog is God backwards. You see, it's some kind of word game here, but and you know, cats are like disobedient. You know what I mean? And cat is the Antichrist backwards. You know, the letters of cat. That's why you have the SeaTac airport in Seattle. Seattle Tacoma. SeaTac. It's the Antichrist out of the sea. Go watch my videos. Anyway, anyone who's new to the channel, watch my 666 videos under the video section. The Elvis 666 connections. That's what you do if you're new. Watch the 666 Elvis connections under the video section. Parts 1 through 7. Watch them in order. Okay? Thumb it up and comment. And then, after you're done with that, those 7 videos, go to the live stream section and just watch the last 10 months of videos. And you'll get caught up. But you have to hurry if you want to do it before 6/11. You have to do 24-hour. You get to watch it. So the dog grabs the curtain and pulls it back. I think I remember that scene. Yeah. Like I said, I just saw snippets of it. I don't think I've seen the whole thing. Yeah, like I said, this is the most likely year, according to Elvis getting his 9. You know, his crown. And for the people who don't know, look, I've done so many videos. I can't replay everything, but I explained to you that if you add up all the numbers between 1 through 8, you get 36, right? I mean, I'm sorry. 1 through 36 is 666. I told you folks, I haven't been sleeping at all. 1 through 36 equals 666 if you add up all the numbers. But 1 through 8 equals 36. So Elvis already has the 1 through 8 being 36, but he needs that 9 because that 9 connects to the 2.47, which is the connection to the 666, because 666 is 182.47. He doesn't have the 47 connection, the 2.47, because 8 days is 2.47. 8 days is 2.19. He needs the 2.47, which is the 9 days. For the people who watch from the beginning, you know what I'm talking about. I'm exhausted. But what is 1 through 9? See, I told you everything is about the Trump and the age in it. I'm messing everything up here, man. Folks, you have no idea how tired I am with all of this. If you add up all the numbers between 1 through 9, you get 45. And that's my birthday. 1 through 9, 4, 5. 9, 4, 5. I was born on 9/4, but it fell on the 5. It fell on the 9/5 day because it was a leap year. And September, the chart, I've explained this already. The first time you see September, Uh-oh. 1 second. I got to go, folks. But just real quick, let me show you this. So from September, I was born on 9/4, 9/4, and it's 45. That's September month chart. First time you see September is 9, then the next time you be the 21st month, then the 30, not the 21st month. You know what I mean? The first time you see September is the 9, then 12 months later be the 21st month, 12 months later be the 33rd month, 12 months later be the 45th month. So I was born on 9/4, connects to the 45. Anyway, God bless all of you. Jesus is God. I got to pay my rent. End of video. Jesus is God.